Hello and welcome. My name is Rowan. I'll be your reader today, and we're going to be getting some messages from, I'm hearing the Groundhog Collective. That's interesting. They don't usually come through for me, so let's see what's going on. I actually saw a mom and baby groundhog yesterday, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They ran across the road in front of me. Usually when I see a mom and baby, this is a message about a new beginning, so let's go ahead and get into this. So the first card coming up here is Mugwort. This has to do with dreams, fantasies, and delusions. My energy is being drawn to this woman in the card here, so there's we're going to talk about a woman type of energy that somebody's been having fantasies or delusions about, okay? So if you are the feminine in this reading, whatever your gender, this is about you. If you are a masculine, this is about somebody that embodies feminine energy. And again, their gender doesn't necessarily matter here. Okay? It's all about the energy they're holding. We have Black Cohosh. Purpose, direction, and vision. So this is going to talk about what this person, this feminine energy's purpose or direction towards you actually is. We also have Catnip coming up here, which is about mirrored energy. This is about parallel journeys, and it's about opposites, separation, and contrast. They're showing me a cat putting its foot into water and then shaking its foot off ooh. I feel like this feminine energy doesn't want anything to do with somebody around them, okay? They're trying to avoid something or get away from something. They might have dipped their foot into a situation and tried it and immediately decided no. But I'm seeing somebody pushing the cat into the water. So there's been this energy of trying to push a feminine into some kind of situation. It says, make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. I have count all of your blessings, even the small ones. Show gratitude and appreciation for all that you have in life and all that has yet to come into it. Your best days are still ahead of you. Isn't that a wonderful thought? And lastly, we're going to save this one. I'm being told to save that for later in the reading. So let's go ahead and get into this groundhog energy, okay? I do feel like there's somebody that I used to know in this energy. I'm not interested in you. We'll just go with that, okay? All right. Okay, so we have dog. Be disciplined in your home and community life. I'm seeing a dog barking and defending their territory. This feminine energy is deeply protected, highly protected. If you are the person that's doing the pushing and trying to use some kind of manipulation to get into this feminine's energy and push them into a situation, I'm hearing you're gonna get your shit wrecked. It has little dogs in this card, but they're showing me an aggressive big dog, and I'm hearing this lady, this feminine energy is the big dog here. You're barking up the wrong tree, I'm also hearing. And they're showing me a koala, staying in a tree that they're not supposed to be in. I feel like if you are somebody who identifies with the pusher in this situation, you're wasting a lot of time. You're wasting so much time in a situation where the universe is give this person space, they don't want to interact with you, okay? Some of these cards just flew on the floor here. I have influence, listen. So whoever you are getting messages about this, okay? And I feel like you're not listening. I have connection in reverse. There's a connection that's being missed here. And I'm hearing dependability. There's somebody that I'm reading for right now, and this isn't for everybody. So if it's not for you, this is for someone you're listening about, okay? There's somebody in the energy, I'm sensing a man, so I'm going to refer to them as such. There's kind of a man energy here that they've been making really weird choices. They've been following somebody around, and it's they're avoiding their own journey by hyper-focusing on someone. This might be due to some kind of neurodivergence or some kind of issue that makes them focus. And I'm hearing you have to fight through that. It's they're blaming somebody else for their own issues. that are happening with them. With unity here, you need to come back into union with yourself if this is for you. This is not about somebody outside of you, okay? This has affected your productivity. So I'm seeing a factory when I say that. So I'm not sure if like this person has been putting the same things on the conveyor belt in their life and not focused on, you know, walking outside the factory and deciding what they want to do. They might be in a job or a position that's like really boring for them. I'm hearing overachiever, but not using it. I'm also seeing math here. This person might be really good at math and they're not using it for anything. But they have been very strong through this, but it's like they're using their strength for the wrong thing, okay? They're using all of their strength to lock into this situation that's long, long over with these memories here, retention, return. But you actually have an ability that would make you a really good entrepreneur. Like, and it's not about the money for you. I mean, it rarely is. This is about something that would bring you a lot of joy. You have a skill that would really benefit other people, that would also make you money enough to live, you know, if this is for you. What else, please, Spirit? I'm seeing a raccoon. This person's been wearing a mask to those around them. They might be fixated on this energy at the beginning, like this cat energy of being pushed into the water or whatever, because they felt like this person saw them. But really, I think they're just in the wrong area. They're not living in a place where other people would welcome them with open arms. There's something about the culture of the place that this person is living that they can't get what they need. And it's not really their fault, but at the same time, they're not taking the steps to address the situation. I'm hearing they are a good person, but there's a lot of like crust on the outside of their energy because they're not developing properly emotionally. There's something here about a mental... I don't want to say mental issue because they're not unwell in that way, but there's some kind of fixation issue, a concentration issue. It's feeling ADHD to me, but also limerence. Okay, if you're not familiar with limerence, you may want to look into this because this doesn't just affect people that are neurospicy. But limerence is usually caused by some kind of attachment issue or a trauma that happens, and it's like you'll get fixated on somebody that isn't interested and you're obsessed. It's an obsession issue. It also is something that traps your energy in a time that either doesn't exist if you were never with this person, or a time in the past where you had this person somehow in your life. But whatever it is, this is like a time illness, is how the guys are describing it to me. And they really want this person to like pour their energy into something that's in the present now. Like, I know this is talking about wealth here, but to me, this wealth is not about money. This is like a wealth of the spirit, where you're enjoying your life day to day. This is enjoying the things that you are passionate about, because I'm seeing this person has some kind of passion and they put a lot of time into it, but they're also not developing it in the way that would make sense for moving forward. It's like they keep trying to work on aspects of this that are already past. Like to impress somebody they haven't spoken to in years or something like this. Yeah, specialization coming up in reverse here. And this is just the guides kind of letting me know that I'm on the right track with this reading. There's a need to turn the page, flip the coin, something like that. What else, please? Inspiration. This person has a real artistic gift. There's some kind of gift here of like an imagination that's absolutely incredible. And this person is not putting it into something that they care about. It's like they're dumping this energy into an external force that doesn't want anything to do with them. And it's not about that other person at all. This person needs to care for their inner child and defend their inner child from themselves, because they've taken on, I'm hearing the voice of a father that either didn't want them or like wasn't paying attention in some way. This person might have, like this father figure that this person is kind of dealing with, whether that's you, the viewer, or whoever you're listening for, this father figure may have been abusive in some way. And it's like that person is directing that abusive energy onto their inner child with every single thing they do. And that's why focusing on someone outside, oh wow. So focusing on someone outside themselves feels really, really relieving, because they don't have to apply that to themselves in that moment. And then After the Storm at the top of the deck here, and Pandora's Gift. There's a lot of chaotic energy here. I mean, these cards just got knocked out of my hand. Now, the word wants to be written. This person needs to write about their experience. One second, guys. We have a lot of cards that just flew out here. Also, trust yourself is important. Collaborative dreaming. This masculine energy, or this fixated energy, I'll call them fixated energy from now on. I don't love gendering everything. But this fixated energy really is trying to get into the other person's dream state, because they want their imaginative energy to inspire the other person to reach out to them. They're blocked off in some way. I'm hearing it's not going to work. They're showing me, like, a cat being pushed into the water, but the cat is, like, locked on to everything around them, and they're unwilling to go in. I have diving for light here, which is interesting because they were just showing me the cat with the water, and I'm seeing that the diving can only be done by, like, the obsessive energy. The diving is not going to happen from the other person. They're not having it. I'm hearing this cat energy. I'm hearing this cat energy is much more stubborn than the other, and they are not going to do anything that their spirit doesn't want to do. They're also very tricky. Not in a evil way or like a manipulative way, but a way that, like, they will use their cunning and their intelligence and their energy in whatever way they need to get through situations. Like, they cannot be caught, they cannot be controlled, they cannot be coerced. The cat energy is already healed or healing from a lot of the things from when the other the compulsive energy knew them. Yeah, this person's regenerating, and they're, like, not being dragged back into any situation that they don't want to be in. They're just not having it. They're going to their soul family, and they want the other people to go to their soul family as well. Yeah, I had this card come up in reverse, and in this regard, it's a family tree in reverse. These are separate soul families. I think that this healed person, or healing person, I should say, because nobody's ever 100% healed. This healing person has been working with their community in some way for a long time and really trying to develop themselves into a more empathetic version of themselves so that they can pass on this healing energy through generations, and the things that kept them stuck no longer affect others. They're on to, like, a more universal aspect of their purpose, and they really are trying to wash away any kind of compulsive energies from their past, because this person's been coerced a lot. They don't tolerate masculine energies that try to force them anymore. They're also aligned with the green man here. And the green man, when they work with a feminine energy in any regard, develops them into, like, the most powerful, balanced version of themselves through alchemy, right? I'm hearing death and dying. This person is well acquainted with the death process, and to go and interact with somebody that's not of their soul family in the way that this compulsive person wants them to react would degrade them, and it would bring them into a death or dying situation that they refuse to go into again, because they've already alchemized it. Like, they've gone through the entire process. The compulsive person, I'm hearing, is totally convinced that this other person is about money or can be bought. Like, there's a price. There's something that I'm hearing the compulsive person's thought process right now, so I will speak as them. I'm hearing there's something I can do to develop myself or change myself, shape myself into some version that this person would accept. And what I'm hearing is there is no way that will happen. Now, the reason being, the grown person doesn't want somebody that's fake anywhere around them. They're also, again, not of the same soul family. Right? Like, the healed person, the cat, I'll keep calling them the cat person has a ton of protection. The other person has not grown into their own protection yet. They still have a deep connection to a mother. There's like a mother wound here that's like about staying attached. And that's not that person's fault. But that's why I saw that groundhog and the baby go across the road yesterday. It's like they want to continue like following or appeasing their mother. And they really need to understand that their soul purpose is so much bigger than that. They actually have really important and special things to do. And their mother will be okay with it. But they need to form into their own person. And I'm hearing you don't have to take care of her. There's some kind of context that this other person hasn't found yet. And it will balance them out in a way that'll be really healthy for them and really good. It has to do with allowing parts of themselves to rest. This compulsive person has not gone through a rebirth yet because they are not accepting that they can be themselves without, I'm hearing, aching to be somebody else. And this is very difficult for them because I feel like they've been extremely made fun of and extremely bullied in a lot of ways. And they need to understand that once they allow themselves to be free from judgment and free to love, instead of anyone that comes into their life being told that they have the right to change them, that's when they're gonna, I feel like that's when they're gonna make progress. And I'm hearing like breathe new life into them. They don't have to sacrifice anything to be worthy of like their inner child being able to just play and come out. And this is part of a natural cycle for them that their soul wanted to explore in this lifetime. They've gone through a lot of struggles with money. I'm seeing something about a house, like stuck in a house. They might have lived in the same place their whole life or the same area their whole life and they didn't want to. Or they always get dragged back to that area and it's because of a link to their mother. Again, their mother isn't a bad person or anything, but there's a soul tie there that isn't necessarily healthy. Alright, this compulsive person really needs to stop trying to reach out to the cat person. Because they try to reach out in the dream state because they're very, very good at spiritual work and astral projection and like very high level stuff. But it's like they don't use it to better themselves. They use it to kind of like try to get to other people and affect their personal power, okay? I'm hearing they need to touch grass. Go outside, something like that. They get really overwhelmed easily. There's neurodivergence here for sure. Perhaps, you know, I'm not a doctor. Excuse me, guys. I'm not a doctor, but they might be like ADHD or like autistic. Very intelligent. Super, super fucking intelligent person. Whoops. But it's like they think everyone hates them, and I feel like nobody does. Or like the people that they think hate them don't hate them. Those other people are just doing their own thing and they can sense that it's not energetically a match in some way. These cards are a mess. I don't usually read this way, but I feel like this is kind of modeling the energy. This person might be living with a lot of depression. They might have started this depression or started a really negative cycle when they were in school. This might have been when these people met, okay? This is when something went down with one of their parents as well. There's timeline work to be done here. This person's very capable of this, I'm hearing. Like this compulsive type of energy here. I'm hearing they need to use this power and force and compulsion that is very powerful in their energy. Like maybe there's a lot of Leo in their chart or something like this. Aries. Hearing Libra. Like energies that are really good at like shifting stuff. A lot of power in these energies. Maybe even Scorpio or some like water placements. They're a pretty sensitive person though. But they need to use this compulsive energy or this energy of alchemization and change to better themselves and force things out of their energy that don't serve them anymore and not put that onto external forces and people around them. I'm hearing go back into your past in meditation for this person and to like put that forceful energy into going up against people who have bullied you and shifting the energy out. Because what'll happen, I'll try to explain this. Whenever spirit shows me somebody's aura, when I look at them, I can see traumatic bubbles in their aura. Because whenever a traumatic time happens, like for example, PTSD is an extreme of this, it's like a cyst or a bubble will form in their aura and it's stuck. And that whole memory, like all of the negative energy and the stuck emotions of that particular memory are in that cyst. And it'll lay in a specific part of the body. So for example, it's going to change what this affects in their life. If that is on their shoulder, like there's some kind of trauma that's stuck on their shoulder in that traumatic cyst bubble or memory, that means that that person tends to have a lot of burdens put on them that are not for them. And they need to go into meditation, explore their shoulder space and see what comes up and send energy, Reiki, some kind of healing space to that to like soothe out that bubble and explore those emotions that come up with that and feel them. Importantly, feel them, right? Work with herbs for this. I'm hearing mugwort, because mugwort was the first card that came out here as well. I'm hearing lavender. What is this? Thyme. Whoever this this forceful, like powerful person, very clairsentient as well. They have they can telepathically connect with others. So they will often like get overwhelmed by other people's emotions and either think that, oh, I have to explain this. I'm sorry. This just like hit me as this big revelation here. So this is for that person, okay? This kind of masculine energy that's doing the pushing, right? I'm hearing that whenever this person goes into a situation, they might be in a room full of people and it's like they're very telepathic, so they can feel what other people are emotionally feeling. But because they have this bully energy still in their headspace, I'm hearing like a father. I feel like it's a father figure, but it could be like just, I feel like it's a man at least, or some kind of father figure. But whoever this bully is from their past, it's like that bully energy is still there. So if they feel discomfort from another person, they are actually feeling that other person's discomfort in a lot of situations. But because they still have that bully energy, they're looking at that discomfort or feeling that discomfort in themselves and interpreting it as, I caused this. They are uncomfortable because of me. And sometimes that's not the case. So this person needs to understand what is theirs and what is someone else's. I'm hearing not everyone wants to run away from you, okay? With some people, it's just not a good time, right? But at the end of the day, this person does have a pure soul. It's really just they're very traumatized and they lay a lot onto other people in terms of like expectations or like a lot of that bullying energy and negativity. They'll like lay it on other people, and the other people don't respond well to that being put on them unfairly, so it's like there's attacks. For this person, work with the buffalo spirit, because buffalo helps you, like the bison or the buffalo really helps you determine your space in the world instead of relying on other people's space in the world. Oh my god, look. Yeah, they help you find your safe space. I love it. With language coming up here, they're constantly asking people in certain, maybe even backwards ways, what they think of them. It's exhausting, I'm hearing. You have to ask yourself what you think of yourself. Ask spirit what they think of you. I'm seeing cowbirds outside right now. So cowbirds, for those of you who are not from where I live, are birds that are nest parasites, which means they will actually like push the mom's eggs out of the nest and they'll lay their own egg in there and have that other mom raise their baby for them. And these are a bird that I've taken a lot of time to tune into because they're one of those ones you almost like feel bad for them. Like, why are they doing this? That's not nice of them. And I was hearing like they have their own way to survive. Like that's the way that this species has come to survive, and it's not inherently bad to be doing this kind of stuff for survival, right? And I'm hearing that this person whoever this kind of more powerful, like coercive pushing energy is, has truly like had to do stuff for survival that they beat the shit out of themselves for. And I'm hearing like, you had to do what you had to do to survive, and it's time to move forward past that. It doesn't make you a bad person, okay? Whatever's below the surface for this person, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means you need to heal yourself, and you need to look at this from the point of view of like, if someone else told you this that you cared about, would you view them in a bad light? Yeah, come up with this inner trust. It's also important, like I said, to release what other people around them think of them. And this is also the number 10, which in the tarot is the number of endings. I'm hearing to get back to this cat person, because a good number of you are identifying as this person that's being pushed. I also identify as this person being pushed, and it's such a like a ugh type of feeling, because with too many chefs in the kitchen, I feel like your whole life there's always been people like squeezing you, pushing you, trying to make you into something you don't want, or trying to like sexually take advantage of you. For a lot of like women, femmes, non-binary people, even like gay men, I'm hearing this is a lot. It's really like straight men are the only ones that's not really coming up in this group that I'm feeling, actually. And it's like, not many people have really worked to earn your trust in a reasonable way here. For a lot of you, you have partners that you live with now that are your soulmates, that have really taken the time to love you properly. And you don't have that feeling. They're bringing me back to the cowbird when it comes to nesting here. It's like there's no deceptive energies that are related to survival where you live now. There's nobody forcing their way in or wanting you to parent them. That's not a part of your soul family. A lot of you also have animal companions that are like truly helping you to become untouchable. Now, working with the bear spirit, and also the raspberries, even the morning glories, I'm hearing, like any kind of vine like this, very powerful for removing forces that want to push you, want to force you, want to manipulate you, because the vines choke out everything around them. They're a very powerful force, and not a lot of people pay attention to them. They're also very tricky. You know, people don't think of vines this way, especially like raspberries or morning glories or something like this, because they're so cute and pretty. But if you were to time-lapse them, they are very, very intelligent in the way that they move around things, in the way that they determine what needs to be removed, what needs to be choked out, what needs to be changed. Again, this is kind of relating to that fox energy as well. And with the bear spirit here, a lot of you might have connections to the bear goddess, which I actually have some videos about her as well. Alright, so I got the red light, so that is the end of this reading. I'm sending you guys so much love. I'm really happy to be back on YouTube. I just want to say that. So thank you so much. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, please give me a follow there. Please interact with my account, because it's been a long time since I was there, and anything helps to get it back moving so I can interact with you guys more as a community. So again, sending you guys lots of love on both ends. I hope you are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.